This is gonna be a really, really quick one. Oh, hi. Hi, Mama. That's my Leon. He's named after Leon Trotsky. I don't know if do you know? Yeah. Anyways, I'm very exhausted. I'm very exhausted. How are you feeling? I'm really tired. I don't know if I believe in reincarnation, but if that's a thing and I decided to come back as a black neurodivergent immigrant, survivor of war, Scorpio sun, Scorpio rising, Capricorn moon, justice oriented. I'm a union representative for a labor union, which is amazing. I don't know why I'm saying this with like attitude. I'm just overwhelmed by I'm overwhelmed by what a beautiful person I am. That thought just came to me. I was going to say something really negative about myself, and that just came to me. What else? What other marginalities do I wear? Probably a lesbian, but I'm too freaking tired to even like figure that out. Um, oh, mental projector. I think I'm an INFJ. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but that's what I am. What's another ADHDer? Probably on the spectrum. It doesn't matter. I don't know. The ADHD is already just crippling enough, and that's okay. I don't need. I don't like. I'm not interested in collecting more suffering. Like there are a bunch of Pokemons, but the ADHD is enough. That is enough. And it's really weird having ADHD because a lot of people think like it's this really quirky thing of like, oh, I'm like late for things, and like they don't know. They don't know. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Why would I choose this? Why would I choose this reality? I'm really exhausted. And I just have so much guilt about resting. So much guilt. And not guilt like as in, oh, I think there's something more valuable. Like I think working on a side hustle is more valuable than like, and it's not like the kind of guilt where like I'm enjoying this now because it's so fun and I get to like reignite my creative spirit. And, at first when I turned on the camera, it wasn't fun, but it's fun now. Because I get to hear my own voice. Social media has drowned out my voice. I make content on TikTok. Well, I used to, and then I stopped 2 years ago. And then, I really enjoyed it. I used to talk about childhood trauma. And then it got to a point where I was like, oh, this is not fun. Like, I'm not a fun person when I show up on people's FYP because I'm talking about really dark stuff. And there's something that, I don't know, it didn't feel like it was consensual at all. So I was like, I shouldn't be doing this. Like somebody just watched a dancing video and probably is looking for vegan recipes because they're amazing and they care about animals. And then I show up and I'm like, let's talk about the time I was 6 years old. And I prefer to do that on this channel on YouTube because I kind of feel like, I don't know, you're kind of interested in that. You kind of want to commiserate around shared misery and trauma. At least I hope so. Maybe. Maybe you want to commiserate around our mutual suffering and our really, really deep feelings and also our really, really thoughtful feelings. But yeah, no, I stopped creating content on there, but I consume a lot nonstop all day. Like, why am I doing that? I should be taking a nap. I have work tomorrow. I don't do that. But in any case, I'm very exhausted. I'm very tired. And I grew up in a family where rest was never allowed. And surprisingly, I grew up in a human culture, capitalism, where rest is, I mean, you can rest, but you're going to die because you need food and rent. At least that's what you're told. And we forget about the psychic colonization that capitalism does on our brains, right? Like it's in us, this constant need of like, I think about that Patrick Bateman thing where he's like, you could always be skinnier, better, you know? And he's kind of right. You could be. But do you want to? I don't. I want to eat blackberries and I want to play with my cats. And I wish I had a lot of land. And then if I had a lot of land, I would allow dairy cows that I rescued because I'm a boss bitch. And my dairy cows and I would listen to Ethiopian jazz with our cats. And yeah, and I don't need to be really skinny, you know. Obviously, I like to be a little bit fit so I could run around. But honestly, I don't even want that. I kind of like just want to be a cow that, I should have been a cow. I just want to lay and ruminate and have that be an important part of my existence. But I can't do it because I feel like I'm wasting prime energy as a neurodivergent, disabled Black woman who's gone no contact with her family. There is no plan B. It's me and it's my cats. I think about, if I don't allow myself, if I rest, if I don't amass resources, if I don't save, if I don't do the things like, yeah. And sometimes it's something as like getting the house cleaned, it's getting their food, it's making sure our lives are great. And when I do all the things and all the things are lined up, I feel guilty because I feel like I have a head start on all the things that need to get done. And I feel like I'm not taking advantage of that because that's what having ADHD is like. Having a head start is like, because you're going to be drowning again very soon. So, anyways, this was fun. This was fun. I'm going to be making much more structured videos. Part of having ADHD is making promises I'm never going to keep. I had a colleague tell me that in a really like loving and thoughtful way, but it still elicited so much shame because ADHD, we have so much shame, we're masking. So when people see beneath the veneer of the mask, it's really it's so tender. And they were like, hey, one thing that you can do to alleviate some of that stress is like stop holding yourself to deadlines. Like there's no deadline, you just get it done. I mean, obviously there's certain timelines. I hold myself up to these strict deadlines. I'll be like, I'll get that, I'll get that, grievance letter out by Wednesday. And it's like, I don't need to. And I say that out loud and then I don't get it done by Wednesday. And then it's just like, it's so silly. And I get it done by Friday, which is probably a week early, but doesn't matter because so I set up my own deadline and then I didn't meet it. So I look like an idiot, but there's no deadline. I actually passed. So anyways, my colleague was like, stop doing that. And they're right. And I'm going to stop doing that, which is a lie because I just did that. I just said that I'm going to be making more structured videos. Am I? I don't know. I don't know what kind of videos I'm going to be making. We'll see. But I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted. And I just want to make art. I just want to make films. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be talking about healing from burnout while working 9 to 5 and trying to be creative and falling in love with creativity and writing and filmmaking and cooking. And at the same time, I want to talk about things that are just as important to me, which is animal liberation, veganism, and the labor movement. There's a lot of other things that are important to me, like Celine Dion. And who else is important to me? Yes, Celine Dion is important to me. The city of Osaka is important to me. The future of Somalia is important to me. The entire future of the Horn of Africa is important to me. Montreal is important to me. Blackberries are important to me. Blueberries are important to me. Cats are important to me. So are snakes. But we got to keep this a little bit, we got to niche down. So I'll try to talk about horror films, filmmaking, the labor movement, capitalism, Marxism, rest, recovery, perimenopause, astrology, tarot card reading, ayahuasca, literature, book reviews, Bleak House. I'm reading Bleak House. And I don't even know what it's about. I'm like 150 pages in and I have no idea what it's about. Is that normal? I should probably Google that. Anyways, thank you, friend. Bye.